Welcome to SAT School. I am your instructor from 𝒑𝒂𝒃𝒍𝒆. This is our first video on probability. Now let's get started. What is probability? Probability is simply how likely something is to happen, or we can say the chances something is to happen. For example, when a coin is tossed, there are two possible outcomes, and those outcomes are either head or tail. Now the question is, if you have to find the probability of getting head or probability of getting tail, then how would you find? We have a relation, and the relation is probability equals to number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of possible outcomes. Here favorable outcome for getting head is 1. What is that? When you have to find probability of getting head, you are looking for getting head, or you are interested in getting head. In a coin, there is only one head. So the favorable outcome in getting probability of head is 1. The reason is getting head, that is what we are looking for. Favorable outcomes mean something that you are looking for, and we are looking for getting head. Here only one head is there in a coin. So favorable outcome in this case is 1. As we know, there are two possible outcomes when a coin is tossed, that is head or tail. In this case, possible outcomes is 2. Now probability of getting head would be 1 by 2. Similarly, when you find probability of getting tail, that is also 1 by 2. We are looking for getting a tail, and in a coin there is only one tail. That's why favorable outcome in this case is 1 and possible outcome is 2. Here favorable outcome for getting head is 1 as well as for getting tail is 1. The reason is there is only one head, there is only one tail, and possible outcome remains same, that is head and tail. So this is the probability of getting head and probability of getting tail. Again, favorable outcome is something that we are interested in or something that we are looking for, and possible outcomes, in this case we have head and tail. That is all the outcomes which are possible. Now here is a practice question. Practice question 1. The question is, from number cards numbered from 1 to 30, a card is drawn at random. The first question is to find probability of getting a prime number, and the second question is probability of getting a perfect square number. Since we have a number card which are from 1 to 30, and that gives you total number of possible outcomes. We have a number card from 1 to 30. That's why this 30 represents possible outcomes. Now the first question is to find probability of prime number. We have prime numbers from 1 to 30, which are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23 and 29. So these are the prime numbers from 1 to 30, and these are favorable outcomes because we are looking for prime number, and the one that we are looking for, the one that we are interested in, are favorable outcomes. Now if you count, that would be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 favorable outcomes. Number of favorable outcomes 10. Now using the relation, that is total number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of possible outcome. In this case we have favorable outcomes which is 10 and possible outcome which is 30, and that is finally 1 by 3. So this is probability of getting prime number. Now the second question is to find probability of getting a perfect square number. Now we have to find perfect square number from 1 to 30, and they are 4, 16 and 25. So these are the numbers which are perfect square from 1 to 30, and these are favorable outcomes. Here number of favorable outcome now is 3. Again, we are looking for perfect square number, and this is what we are looking for, and that are favorable outcomes. So here 3 is number of favorable outcome, and using the same relation that we have used here, we can find the perfect square number. I mean the probability of getting a perfect square number. Here number of favorable outcome we have 3, and possible outcome we have 30, and that is finally 1 by 10. So this is how we find probability of prime number and probability of getting a perfect square number. Now this is practice question 2. The question is, from number cards, number from 5 to 10, 5 to 20, a card is drawn at random. Now the question is to find probability of getting a card having odd number. As we did earlier, the first thing we have to find is total number of possible outcome. Possible outcome is from 5 to 20. In this case, that would be 16, right? From 5 to 20. So that gives you total number of possible outcome. Now to find the probability of a card which is odd, we have to find second is number of favorable outcome. Here we are looking for odd number from 5 to 20. Now you have to find number of odd number from 5 to 20, and that will give you the number of favorable outcomes. Once you have number of favorable outcome and number of possible outcomes, then you can find probability of getting a card having odd number. So I want you to try this question. You can follow practice question 1 and follow exactly same. Find number of possible cases, or I mean number of possible outcomes, and then find number of favorable outcomes, and then you divide. I think you can manage this. So this much for today. I'll meet you in next video. Please don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon. Take care.